ADNOC, Scaffolding Standard, Types of Scaffolding. Types of scaffolding: independent scaffolding, birdcage scaffolding, suspended scaffolding, mobile tower scaffolding, tube and coupler scaffolding, PUTLOG scaffolding, cantilever scaffolding, system scaffolding, fabricated tubular frame scaffolding, bracket scaffolding. Independent scaffolding. This type of scaffolding is usually used to provide a working platform to a vertical structure. It uses two sets of parallel standards, one close to the structure and the other set at the width of the work platform. It is erected so that it is independent from the structure and does not rely on it for its primary stability. However, it is usual to tie the scaffolding to the structure in order to prevent the scaffolding falling towards or away from the structure. This is referred to as an independent tied scaffold. Birdcage. A birdcage scaffolding is also a type of independent scaffold. It consists of vertical standards arranged equally spaced apart. Bracing is provided by ledges and transoms at each lift height on the bottom buck of scaffolding at a 45 degrees angle. The access platform or top lift is boarded to provide a working area. A birdcage scaffolding may have one or several lift heights. Birdcages are typically used in buildings for work carried out on a single level and where access is required at high levels. For example, ceilings. Suspended scaffold. Suspended, also known as slung, scaffoldings are working platforms or cradles suspended by ropes, cables or other non-rigid means, from an overhead structure. The most common type of suspended scaffolding is a two-point adjustable suspended scaffold. This is hung by parallel cables or ropes and connected to each end of the platform or cradle. There are usually controls to lower and raise the platform or cradle operated by personnel on the platform. Similarly, a single-point adjustable scaffolding is a platform or cradle suspended by a single cable or rope from an overhead structure. It will also have a means to raise or lower the platform by personnel on the platform. This is sometimes known as a bosun's or bosun's chair. Mobile tower scaffold. Tower scaffolding with casters is sometimes used to provide mobile access. They are widely used as they are convenient for work, which involves frequent access to height over a short period of time in a number of locations that are spaced apart. Mobile scaffoldings are mostly used with buildings for repair and maintenance activities and are easy to move from one place to another. Since work can be carried out in a safer and more spacious environment, workers generally find mobile scaffolding more productive, making this type of scaffolding a very cost-effective option. Mobile scaffoldings shall not exceed a height to base width, including outrigger supports, if used, ratio of 4:1, 4:1. If that ratio is more than 4:1, those scaffoldings shall be restrained from tipping by guying, tying, bracing, or equivalent means. Tube and coupler scaffolding. A tube and coupler scaffolding has a platform supported by tubing, and is erected with coupling devices connecting uprights, braces, bearers, and runners. Due to their strength, these scaffoldings are frequently used where heavy loads need to be carried, or where multiple platforms must reach several stories high. These scaffoldings can be assembled in multiple directions, making them the preferred option for work surfaces with irregular dimensions and contours. Such scaffoldings shall not exceed a height to base width, including outrigger supports, if used, ratio of 4:1, 4:1. If that ratio is more than 4:1, those scaffoldings shall be restrained from tipping by guying, tying, bracing, or equivalent means. PUTLOG scaffolding. PUTLOG scaffolding, also known as a bricklayer's scaffold, involves using the wall of a structure being built as support for the working platform. PUTLOG scaffolding ties to the actual building being constructed rather than freestanding, making it more rigid and safer in high winds. In addition, it requires less material than an independent scaffolding. Cantilever scaffolding. Cantilever scaffolding is highly cost-effective and time-effective in situations where the surface does not allow for a regular scaffolding. In normal circumstances where the ground surface is stable and leveled, erecting a conventional scaffolding system is possible. Conventional scaffoldings are usually erected on a frame or a base plate that rests on a stable surface. Where the surface is unstable or weak, cantilever scaffoldings are used. Examples of such a surface include glazed roof, sloping roof, and stairs. Cantilever scaffoldings are commonly used on the tops of buildings and other heights that are hard to reach. Systems scaffolding. Systems scaffolding, also known as modular scaffolding, consists primarily of vertical and horizontal pre-engineered components that connect together in a systematic manner. Systems scaffolding is one of the most commonly used scaffoldings. Some perform well in very highly loaded conditions and others are more suited to smaller repeated scaffolding structures. Fabricated tubular frame scaffolding. Fabricated frame scaffoldings are the most common type of scaffolding because they are versatile, economical, and easy to use. They are frequently used in one or two tiers, but their modular frames can also be stacked several stories high for use on large-scale construction activities. Bracket scaffolding. The bracket, also known as carpenter's scaffolding, is built of a triangular wood frame. Each bracket is attached to the structure in various ways. This type of scaffolding is used in tank construction mainly and can be especially useful for installing materials along the edge of the roof.